Okay, this is my review. This is another game that I played with my friends, and it's from the same company of the previous game that I reviewed. This is from Magic Bean Games. Um, this company, to be honest, I think they're Korean, but looking, I don't have the game with me, that's why I cannot tell you with exactly, because I have it in the studio so I can record the video review. But the Board Game Geek uh, credits is barren.
Not a lot of reviews.
No, not a lot of information. Uh,
Ah,
Primary name Segongsa. Alternate name is written, I think, in Korean. Year released 2023. Designer non available. Solo designer non available. Artist non available. Publisher Magic Bean Games. Developer Magic Bean Games. Graphic designer, sculptor, editor, writer, insert designer, and category non available. Mechanisms pattern building, tile placement. Family components triangular dominoes theme jewelry. That's all it has. So, what is this game all about? Segongsa puts the players in the shoes of jewelers. And what you're meant to do is to create the best gem. Not the best jewel, the best gem that then you can go and put on jewels. In order to do that, you're going to place on the table a triangular shape. Each corner has a piece of a gem. And there are, I think, is 6 different gems going from topaz to diamonds, and they will differ in value. Of course, they also differ in rarity. So you're going to have a lot more topazes than diamonds. So if you make a diamond, you make a shit ton of points, but making a diamond is hard. Very hard. The way it works is you're going to have 2 pieces. And you're going to put 1 piece on the table. Then you're going to take 1 piece, or each player will take 1 piece from a board, from a bag. And out of the 2 pieces that you're going to have on your hand, you need to place 1 piece on the table and make it so you are creating a jewel. You're creating a gem. And you can have different gems going on at the same time.
right.
When you complete a gem using 6 pieces with the same, end point, then that is a complete gem. And you can move on to try to complete the following gem, and so on and so forth. When you run out of pieces in the bag, you finish placing all the pieces, and the player who gets the largest amount of points by putting together how many jewels you have completed is the winner. That's it. The game is incredibly simple to play. It has enough of a puzzle in it to make it interesting, wondering whether you should put your piece in one place or another, whether you should actually risk it and go for diamonds or simply complete this ruby or this emerald. It is very pretty to look at the table, when you begin to create things, it looks very, very pretty. So I don't have a lot of bad things to say about the game. There's one thing though, the pieces are prickly. They are triangular, and when you grab them, they will sting you in your hand because they are prickly. They're not very comfortable to handle, I have to say.
Mm.
But they are triangular pieces, so that's what you can expect from them. I don't think there is a way to make a triangle without having a sharp point. So you're going to be stabbing your hand every time that you put your
The
hand.
bane of all, you know, like the D4. The best case and the story I've ever heard about the most dangerous game pieces, Warhammer Fantasy.
Mhm.
I think it was there are infantry pikes on these miniatures, and they all have their pikes vertical with their spikes up, and so you have a plate of like 18 of them, 6x3, and one guy went to grab them, and it accidentally put his hand on the whole thing, and he lifted up his hands, and all of them were sticking out of his
Ouch.
hand.
Ouch. So yeah, something like that will happen. I mean, it's cardboard, so it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to make you bleed at all. But it will, it will sting your hand. The game is quite fun to play, I have to say. It's very simple, so the whole family can play without any problems. And I like simple games. I'm a simple guy. And it played in about we played in about half an hour, but we only played it in half an hour. We were three of us playing because my friend Jose is very, very thinky when it's about tile placement puzzle games. So there was
Yeah.
a fair amount of, oh, well, if I put this in here, I can complete this emerald. But if I wait a little bit and put it there, then maybe in two pieces I can complete the diamond. It's a bit, oh, just put a fucking piece on the bloody table, for goodness sake. I want to go to sleep. We did have a good time playing this. This plays 2 to 4 players, so enough, to keep the family busy. The bag is beautiful, very, very nice. The printing is very sharp, it's very bright, and the box comes with a good enough size that you can take with you on a trip. But once you learn the rules, you can just take the bag with the pieces
Oh,
and you don't need anything else at all.
how did we get over there? Sorry, I had a Dagaloo's there for a second. I'm listening.
And that's it, really. So I will give this game a 7
All right.
out of 10, if only because the simplicity and how easy it is to learn and to play makes up for how simple and silly this game actually is, and for the number of times that you will say ouch when you put the hand inside the bag. But I reckon that's part of the charm, and you can play this with any child from ages, it's like 6, but I reckon a 5-year-old will be able to learn how to play this game. However, one bad thing, if you're colorblinded, you are going to
Oh, come
have
on.
it very colorblind. You're going to have it very difficult to play this game because the red and the green, they will all look gray to you. It's going to be very difficult for you to differentiate, and it doesn't have a way, a letter or a different pattern for you to differentiate. So colorblind people, beware. This game will make your life a little bit harder. But for people with, normal sight or common sight, whatever you want to call it, I'm sorry if that offends people. This is a fun game for the whole family, and definitely a 7 out of 10.
How do you spell it again?
Segongsa. Segongsa
Segongsa. There we go. So
was
yeah.
released in 2023 from Magic Bean Games.
So we'll conclude here with a couple pieces of trivia. For those people who are interested, like my wife is a huge fan of a game called Isle of Cats. There is a new Isle of Cats coming out called Isle of Cats Duel.
Oh, okay.
She knows about it. But I just wanted to make sure that people are aware that there's a competitive standalone game designed for 2 players. I've never been a huge fan of the 2-player dual version of a larger game because almost every single time you have that, you think, well, why don't we just play the main game? And that's why we don't have the 2-player Duelosaur game, because every time we want to play Dinosaur Island, we'll just play Dinosaur Island.
Okay, fair enough.
So we were talking about earlier about what could be potentially the game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, still a little time left in the year. There's been a lot of talk, but currently at 1,000 ratings and sitting at an 8.3 on Board Game Geek, which is shockingly high for a game that has 1,000 ratings already. It is SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, published by Czech Games. And I first discovered it through somebody else, and then Shut Up and Sit Down did a review, and they were talking about its praises. And the talk now is that this is the game of the year. There have been some people that have compared it to Ark, and I don't see it, but it has an insanely interesting looking board. It is a competitive game that deals with the search for extraterrestrial life, but when I heard about it, I thought it would be like on Earth, and the box cover shows a bunch of satellite dishes on Earth pointed to the sky. It's showing a very, very popular observatory in New Mexico. But it's all about actually exploring nearby planets and their moons by launching probes from Earth while taking advantage of the ever-shifting planetary positions. Decide whether to land on a planet's surface to collect valuable resources, stay in orbit for a broader survey, and then back on Earth, you can invest in upgrading your equipment. I thought initially it was almost implied that it was a cooperative game, but it is not. It is a competitive game. Uh, it's probably has some income aspects to it as well, has been people have been saying. I will say that as someone who looked at the board, looked at all the little moving parts and the cards, which have multiple purposes, I can say that this is probably the first game in probably 2 years that I actually want to buy. It's probably the first. I've been admitted the fact that there have been few games. If I go to a store, I'm like, okay, maybe. And so to have this game come out this close to Black Friday, I'm going to be. I know it's not going to be on sale for a Black Friday price, but if we're going to get games, we want to get free shipping. This might be the game that I may want to try. Playing time is 40 to 160 minutes, so it's going to be a 3-hour. It's a long experience. 1 to 4 players, 14 up. Have you heard of this game?
Well, I have because it was released at Spiel this year, I believe.
Well, there you go.
And as usual, Czech Games Edition always get it right. I don't know how the bloody hell they do it, but I don't think they have a bad game in their catalog, do they?
Well, Thomas Holek, who's designer, also designed Galileo Galilei and Tea Garden.
Yeah.
2 games which I have not heard of or haven't played.
Tea Garden I've heard of,
Yeah,
but I haven't
yeah.
played. To be honest with you, a 3-hour game is way too much for me because, quite frankly, when we play, we don't have 3 hours.
I love 3-hour games.
I wish I could, but if my friends come to play at 7:30 in the evening and they have to go at 9:30 because at 10 they need to be home so they can have some dinner before they go to bed because the following day they have to get to work, it cannot be a 3-hour game plus however long it takes to learn to play the game. So yeah, in our case, any game that's over 90 minutes, we cannot play it.
For me, I guess it comes down to a point where if my wife are going to sit down and play a game together, we want to make it worth our while. So we will play a game for 2.5, 3 hours. Obviously, 160 is going to be the 4 players. And yeah, sure, if I'm having 4 people over, maybe we will pack that out. But I also like the really meaty games. So yeah, that's Czech Games is SETI. There have been other games that have been about the search for extraterrestrial life. But this seems to be one that's actually a very big box version. I can't remember what the other search for extraterrestrial life game is out there.
I don't know. I don't know, but we need to start saying goodbye because we've been
Yep.
just over an hour.
We're at
on
the
this
hour
episode.
mark.
Yes. So, humans, thank you very much indeed. Again, I am so sorry for those of you listening in the United States that you're going to go through all the shit that you're going to have to go through. And if there is anything we can do to make your life a little bit easier, please do let us know. Get in touch, podcast at gmsmagazine.com is an email that's always open, not always replied, at least not on time because I am very slow replying, but I will, I promise. Find me on Twitter, GMS Magazine. GMS Magazine. I am on Blue Sky. Surprise. Paco GMS Magazine, and I'm going to put the link at the bottom down there. So find me on Facebook as well and on Threads because why not? And anywhere you need me to be, just let me know and I will try to be there for you.
Awesome. This is Chris with DSX Machina. Find me on DSX Machina on various social medias. I don't do Twitter, so don't reach me out through there. But you can find me on all the other ones, including TikTok. I'm starting to do more TikTok stuff, not through my gaming stuff, through my cracker stuff. So you can also find me on Tavern Snaps. I have to send you the 2 new flavors.
Please.
We have to send you the. I have to send you flavors. Period, because you haven't gotten.
Anything.
I have the shipping. Like I have the way bill. I know I put your information in, but I might have forgotten to actually put it into a box. So I gotta fix that. I'm gonna fix that this month. Don't worry about it.
That would be great, so I can have them for Christmas. So I can, have Christmas dinner with your crackers. That would be incredible.
Absolutely.
So humans, again, thank you very much indeed for being there. Believe me, it is truly and genuinely appreciated. My offer for help, if even you need it, is genuine. So please let me know. Until the next time, love you very much indeed, and I will talk to you very soon. Take care.